pasture, but the heat's been burning up the upper pastures. We had to move the herds. Major, how is he?
As good as can be expected. Doc dug the bullet out of him.
Old war horse wouldn't let us move him.
Oh, my goodness gracious, what are you trying to do with yourself?
Well, I was standing just outside the door there when they come galloping up. As soon as I seen it, one of them was Carver Lassiter. I yelled to Johnny here to get my scatter gun. Well, Carver recognized me and opened fire, and Johnny started shooting.
Never hit a single one of them.
Well, it all happened too fast.
Well, at least they didn't get what they come after. We still got Harry Lassiter locked up in there behind them bars.
How many men tried to break him out?
I believe it was 4 men.
Still 5 days before the hanging. They're going to try again.
And that's for sure.
How many men do you have backing you up?
And that's just a drill. Oh, Johnny, will you stop fussing over me? I ain't no woman. That's the trouble, Ben. There ain't very many men in this town willing to stand up to them Lassiters.
Ain't that the way of it? Everybody cries out for justice. They want a nice, clean little town, but as soon as trouble comes along, everybody heads out for a hiding place like a desert rat in a sandstorm.
Well, you're certainly in no shape to go after them yourself.
That's why we sent for you, Ben. We want you to take Roy's place. That's if you're willing.
Harry Lassiter killed my son in cold blood. Judge Simpson sentenced him to hang for it, and I intend to see that he does.
Major, I think you're forgetting that the rest of them Lassiters is equally determined that Harry don't hang.
We need help, Ben.
And it's going to be awful hard to get men to fight them Lassiters, believe me.
Those murdering jackals have got to be stopped.
All right, Hoss. You better get on home and help Joe and the others get that herd through Eagles Pass.
Oh, Paul, you're staying, I'll stay with you. Joe can handle that by himself.
All right. In that case, I hereby appoint you a deputy. Roy, you going to go on home, or we're going to have to carry you home?
No, I ain't going home, and you ain't going to carry me. Now, this cot is just as good a place as any to keep off my feet, and that's all the doc said I had to do.
All right. Well, I guess we better get to work, boys.
You mean a whole town full of people and nobody shows up at us?
Ben, you telling me that nobody else answered your call for help?
Well, fellas, looks like you talked a little bit too soon.
Reverend?
Gentlemen.
Are these the only men that showed up?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, Reverend.
Reminds me of some of my congregations. The greater the need, the less the response. If there's anything I can do to help.
We've already sent a telegram to the army. We can just get some troops in here. We can smoke them out.
It's my father. They're going to kill him. Please help him. Please, somebody do something. Reverend, please, you have to help him. They're going to...
Just take it easy now. What happened to your father?
Well, Carver Lassiter and 3 other men came riding into the yard, and they pulled their guns, and they marched right into our front room, and they forced my father to go with them. And they told me to bring the sheriff this.
Judge Simpson is number 1. Every day at sundown, there'll be another. If Harry Lassiter hangs 5 days from now, they hang, all 5 of them. You better believe we mean it.
You better believe it. There's going to be a shortage of a lot of important people in this town.
This is it. Get down.
Hey, Judge, I'll help you.
Well, there you are, Judge Simpson. You can't say we didn't give you a nice, safe journey.
Might I ask just what do you intend to do with me?
Well, now, that all depends. Yes, sir, that all depends.
Now, you do be careful.
Come on, Judge.
Carver,
Yes, Ma.
what's holding you? Bring him in.
Oh, Mrs. Lassiter,
Judge Simpson.
by what right have you had me brought out here? I demand you...
You're not sitting in that courtroom now, Judge. Remember that.
Mrs. Lassiter, you are going to regret all of this.
The only regret we're going to have is keeping you alive 4 more days.
Don't worry, Judge. You're going to have plenty of company. Unless they set my son free, you're just going to be the first of 5 hanging from that tree over there. Now, time up.
Do you seriously believe that Mrs. Lassiter intends to go through with her threats?
I sure do, Reverend. I sure do. Elizabeth Lassiter became a very bitter woman when her husband died.
But 5, Ben. 5 lives for 1.
I know.
The answer to your wire just came, Ben.
Oh, thank you.
The Army can't get here for a week.
Well, that's too late to do us any good.
I guess it's up to us. Well, I'll stay here with Roy. You fellas get ready to start combing the backcountry early in the morning. Get some rest, gentlemen.
See anything?
We deployed for several miles along the river, but if anybody had ridden that way, they certainly knew how to cover their tracks.
Yeah, we didn't see nothing either. Like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Mr. Dietz, you got any more ideas that the Army taught you as a scout?
Yep. Let's call it quits for today and get on home. It's almost sundown.
That was the threat. Somebody else each sundown. We better get home and protect our families.
Let's go, men.
Careful, Ben. He's slick as a fox.
Don't try anything.
There. Too early, ain't it? Well, the cook at the hotel want to get home before sundown? Of course, if he did, why, ain't no place he can go if they want to get him that they're going to get him. Oh, that's good. That is very, very good.
You seem to be enjoying this.
Wouldn't you? I'll tell you something, Cartwright. You and me, we just naturally think different. I mean, you and that family of yours, you got everything. Me, Ma, and Carver, we ain't got nothing. I mean, it just figures that we're gonna hate you, and you gonna hate us.
I don't hate you, Harry. I sure do feel sorry for you.
Well, thanks, but I can do without it.
It's a long, lonely walk to the gallows.
Oh, you out of your mind. You know I ain't gonna take that walk.
Sorry to inconvenience you, driver. I understand you have a passenger for Virginia City aboard.
I got several. You flag me down just to ask a fool question like that?
Nah, this is a particular one I've got in mind. His name's Merrick. L.B. Merrick. I understand he's a prosecuting attorney in town.
I'm L.B. Merrick. What do you want?
This is an emergency, Mr. Merrick. Maybe you better step out and read this. As you can see, it's very serious, Mr. Merrick. Now, if you just mount up, Mr. Merrick.
Yes, sir. Of course.
I wonder if I could impose on one of you gents to deliver this note to Sheriff Coffey in Virginia City.
Indeed, I'd be happy to, sir.
I'd appreciate it. It's rather important.
Where's the sheriff's office? Right down there, sir.
Sheriff Coffee?
Oh no, Sheriff Coffey's just recovering from a wound. I'm taking his place temporarily. Name's Cartwright.
Hugh Gwilned. I'm the hangman. The condemned man? Been years since I was called to Virginia City. I'll be building the gallows across the street, and I'll be posting a notice on your wall outside, with your permission. Certainly. Oh, I almost forgot. I was asked to deliver this note to the sheriff.
First Judge Simpson, now L.B. Merrick. Two of our leading citizens.
Yeah, and who'll they try and get next?
We can't assure the safety of everyone in town. Not with just the 8 of us. Settle us.
Well, there must be something we can do.
Yeah. You can crack down the Lassiters.
That is going to take a bit of luck. Because all we found today was deer tracks, cougars, and a couple of wagon trails.
Yeah, they're a clever bunch, all right, especially that Ma Lassiter.
What are we going to do? Sit around here all night joying, or go out and put a hustle on and try to find those hostages?
Oh, we're going to get some rest. That's what we're going to do. We need it. We only have 3 days left.
Yeah. Night.
Night, Sheriff. Night, Horton.
Good night.
Good night, boys. Thank you.
Good night, Major.
Governor?
Didn't you get any helpers?
It seems they think $1 a day is not worth antagonizing the Lassiters.
Well, you going to be finished in time?
Oh, that I will. You can depend on it. I've never missed an engagement for a hanging yet, and I've officiated at quite a few these past 15 years.
We better split up again.
What chance have we got against the Lassiters if we split up? Violates basic military tactics.
Major, we ain't got much time left. We can cover a whole lot more territory in 2 groups. Come on, fellas. Same time in the morning?
We meet here at dawn.
And don't go counting on me. This gout of mine has been killing me all day. I don't know how much more of it I can stand. Another thing, I'm beginning to think I haven't seen my family in weeks.
You're not the only one with personal problems. See you in the morning.
Major, don't you want to talk to Paul?
I wish I had something to talk to him about.
Here you are, friend. Hope you find your new room to your liking.
You remember me, little Joe?
What's happened to you? Why are you doing all this?
Why, I'm gonna kill you, little Joe. And them too, unless that sheriff gets some sense and lets my boy go.
Mrs. Lassiter, they're not going to let Harry go. What good is he going to do to kill us?
Might help even the score. You don't think I'd forgot what your pa and the rest of them noble citizens did to destroy my husband?
Oh, now hold on, Elizabeth. The bank did what it had to do with that loan. It had to turn it down because Will was too deep in debt already. Everyone on the board of directors of the bank agreed on it.
And forced him into going bankrupt. He wound up killing himself.
Yeah, and we've been running like wild animals ever since.
Now, you don't think I'm gonna let him take my boy Harry, too, do you? Go on, tie him up, Carver. Farrago, Blackie, give him a hand.
You bluffing, ain't you, Elizabeth?
I meant every word I said.
Whatever you say will be done. You ask me to ride my horse off a cliff, I do it. You know that. But this doesn't make any sense at all.
Kurt, when you were working for Will and me, were you in the habit of telling us what we did didn't make sense? Because if you did, I don't recall it.
No, I kept my mouth shut. Even if I disagreed, which I admit wasn't too often. But Will, most of the time, knew what he was doing, and you did too. But that boy in there is right. Killing them isn't gonna solve anything. Elizabeth, listen to me. Robbing banks is one thing. Holding up stages, raiding towns, all that was for a purpose. To be able to buy the land that Will promised you and the boys. And sometimes we had to kill to accomplish it. But this... I'm begging you, Elizabeth. Don't ask me to. Not in cold blood.
Why me? Why have I got to die because of a feud that started years before I ever came to Virginia City?
Relax, nobody's dead yet, Mr. Merrick.
No, but I will be. If they don't do what she asks. In 2 months, my wife's going to have a baby. Is hanging Harry Lassiter with my child growing up without a father.
You talked a different tune when you demanded the death penalty for Harry Lassiter at that trial. Are you trying to say that verdict should be reversed just because your life is in danger now?
If it was in my power to make a deal with Mrs. Lassiter right now, I'd do it. All right, you stand on principles if you want to. I'm more interested in living.
Mr. Merrick, we're all interested in living.
Hey, Cartwright, come here. This you gotta hear. It's gonna kill you.
They got Joe, Paul. Oh, that stinking little animal in there ain't worth it.
All right, Hoss. What would you suggest I do?
We let him go. We can always put a posse on his trail after we get little Joe back safe and sound.
The decision's yours, Mr. Cartwright. Little Joe's your son.
We got no choice, Paul. Roy.
Now, Hoss, you look here. Harry Lassiter in there has been tried, convicted, and sentenced to be hung. And it is my sworn duty to see that that sentence is carried out. Now, if you or anybody else lets him go, I've got to arrest him for obstructing justice and helping a prisoner to escape.
Paul.
What?
Morning, Major.
Sorry to hear about little Joe.
How's Ben taking it?
Well, he figures we'll go ahead with the hanging. Reckon Mr. Williams decided not to go with us today, huh?
Gentlemen, we're wasting time. We got exactly 2 days to prevent a mass slaughter.
What's your neck size, Mr. Merrick?
What do you mean?
Well, your time's running out, boy. You ever seen a man hang before? It ain't very pretty. Your face turns blue.
What do you want of me?
Nothing. I just like to see you squirm. You squirming real good. But can you squeal? You see my friend over here. If he starts anything, you squeal real loud. Here!
Carver.
What's the matter, Ma?
What you been up to in there?
Just arranging for a little extra insurance.
Well, you better get them horses saddled. It's almost sundown.
Come on, Kurt, we got work to do.
Carver. Be careful.
Yeah, sure, Ma, I'll watch it.
You and Harry, all I got.
See? There they go again. There's no way to stop them.
If we were all like you, Mr. Merrick, there wouldn't be.
I wonder who'll be next.
Holmes.
Shut up!
Don't be foolhardy, Joseph. I can't believe Mrs. Lassiter will go through with her threats.
No, I'm not so sure about that, Reverend.
Gotta let that Lester boy go. Can't you see that?
Shut up, will you, Merrick?
I have a life to live, things to do. Why have I got to die? Why me? Please, Mr. Merrick, get a hold of yourself. I don't want to die. None of us want to die, Mr. Merrick. But all of us in life must face that possibility sooner or later. The thing is to face it with dignity. Don't give me any of your theological nonsense. It's only life or death, that's all. Is that what you truly believe, Mr. Merrick? What else is there to believe? We believe it all in God. What are you doing? You're going to escape, aren't you? Aren't you? Mrs. Lassiter!
Joe, what are you planning on doing?
I'm planning on getting us out of here.
No, that's no good, Joe. Unfortunately, the Reverend Holmes and I aren't cut out for this sort of thing.
He's right, Joe. We just get in your way and slow you down.
Look, I can't just leave you here.
I don't see that you have much choice, Joe.
Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful...
Hey, shut up!
Hey, one of them got away.
Harvey! Are you all right? What happened?
He got away, but he's on foot.
Well, he can't go far. It'll be light in half an hour. Hunt him down. I want him dead or alive. Hunt him down! Did you hear me? I said hunt him down. Kill him!
Major should have been here long ago.
Yeah. They all should have been here long ago. Well, I'll give them 5 more minutes.
What do you suppose happened to him?
Same thing has happened to this whole town. Look at that street. This hour of the day, ought to be people out there on it. Where's Albie and Dietz?
They aren't coming, Hoss.
Why not?
They've got wives and children to think about. What do you expect? They're scared. The whole town's scared.
What about you, Major?
Hoss, I've led men into battle and seen them die all around me. I've killed men myself, and I've been shot at more times than I care to remember. I wouldn't think it possible for me to be scared of anything, but I am.
I reckon that means you ain't going with us.
Oh, I'm not. I've lost one son already. I don't aim to lose another. I'm staying here to protect the rest of my family.
Well, that's the difference, me and you, Major. Part of my family's out there somewhere. I'm gonna go find him. I have to go alone.
Hoss, it's plain foolishness for you to go out there alone.
He ain't going alone, Major. I'm going with him.
You can't. What'll the town say about the rest of us?
Well, I reckon that's sort of your problem, Major. Come on, John.
Blackie, look up in that scrub brush. I'll go around. Cartwright, you're a dead man. There he goes. Still running. Over to your left, I hear him. I see him. Virago! You up there? Yeah! Stay with him. I'll take this side. There he goes. Blackie, over your way. Cartwright. All right, Cartwright. Give it up. You can come out breathing or bleeding. Make your choice.
all right?
Let's see.
Come on.
He must be down here.
Shooting stopped.
Mrs. Lassiter, just what do you intend to do now?
Unless they free Harry, you and everybody responsible for him being in jail will die.
And what will that accomplish? Will it bring back your son?
They've been my whole life, my boys. Everything I've done since Will died has been for them. All I wanted was to give them the home and the land they should have had. Is that so wrong?
Ask yourself, Mrs. Lassiter. Does any purpose justify the methods you've used? The men you've killed?
I'd kill the devil himself to save my boy's life. It's all I have. It's all I live for. If they hang Harry, there isn't anything that can keep me from killing you.
You're wrong, Elizabeth. There's been enough killing.
Stay out of this, Kurt.
Stay out of it, Elizabeth? I've stayed out of it too long. It's gone too far. Carver's dead. I should have done that a long time ago. Maybe then we both would have had a chance.
Carver's dead. And now they'll hang Harry. All because of me. Oh, Kurt, what have I done? It's me they should hang.
Where's Mrs. Lassiter?
She's inside, little Joe.
Carver's dead.
She knows.
Elizabeth, whatever happens, I'll be with you.
Thank you, Kurt.